Well, it's another day and we're just heading off. We're gonna take 3 trucks down to fields far away, leave them there, jump in the pickup, head to where the combines are. They're filling on 1 truck because we need 1 more truck to fill off the grain bag, and then we'll grab that truck, grab all them, fill the bag, load a new bag, and then take off down to where these 3 trucks are gonna be waiting for them. Now, if none of that made sense to you, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm just doing what I'm told. Driving truck. You know how to check the oil on this thing?
You 1 second.
Oh. Well, there's a sight glass right there. You can check that one. And then down here, this is where your transmission oil would be. You screw this thing loose, and once you finally get it loose, yep, we're good there. She's golden. The other one is you gotta flip this thing up out of the way. And right here. That one's also golden. And then also, if you want to look at your coolant level, that would be there. Looks like I didn't take enough time this morning. They didn't finish servicing. I gotta help. Are you fixing Mason's carnage?
Yeah, but it doesn't want to fix.
After the plan changing like 13 times, discovered that I get to run a combine now, so that's exciting. Don't remember how to use this thing. Don't tell the boss man. I got this. I gotta figure out how to open up my hoppers. What's that do? Nope. Aha! It did work. Figured that part out. Only downside is I left my snacks in the semi, and the semi's not here. I want my snacks. And water. That would be kind of nice. That is a flopping tarp. He's facing the wrong direction in this kind of wind to close it. I should maybe go help him. Well, we got a bag full and we got 4 full trucks. Time to get a bag switched out. I assume that the rest of the guys, because they're all ahead of me and are here, went to go get the bagger. Well, we got the bag loaded up. Now to go get it started, the truck's unloaded, and back to combine it. Made it back down to the field. We only got like, I don't know, hour and a half left of sunlight left. We got 4 empty trucks. So we're just gonna fill these 4 trucks and then call it a night. Mason is gonna go out back with Dad once the first truck's filled. I'm gonna take over for him. He's gonna go back home and do some editing. Well, we got all the trucks filled up. Combines are cooled down, just waiting for the grain cart to get cooled off, and taking them all home. As much as I hate these wind turbines, gotta admit, it is kind of cool watching them go up. Like one day, there'll be no tower, the next day, they got a tower up. Wonder how long it takes them to put the fan head on there. Maybe I'll be able to watch one go up throughout the day. Another kind of cool thing is this is the section I'm on, this approach. Used to be very hard to get a semi out and in. Yeah, now you got miles and miles of room. Because they had to make them big enough to get their semis in with the fan blades and tower pieces, so they had to make them really big. And for the surrounding area, it's nice because all these people, it's bringing in a lot of money to this community. As much as we all hate the wind turbines, because they look ugly and they're destroying our fields, making a whole bunch of roads and putting them up, and now we have to go around them for forever now. What do you do, I guess? It's also annoying the amount of traffic there is on this road. Like, usually you have your occasional person stop by, but you can get down the road no problem. I just passed a skid steer going down the road that was getting a pilot car escort. Got it. Literally any piece of machinery that goes down the road, most of the time has a pilot car escorting it. Then you find that one guy that's just like, I'm not waiting for the pilot car, and he's driving down the road in a bulldozer. I respect that guy.
On the north or south side of the trees?
They got some mats there, it must be soft. I have no idea what they're even doing there.
Yeah, they had it bladed out for you to get into the field back there.
Was I supposed to go into the field? I didn't know I was supposed to go in the field there. I came back to this side. Yeah, that is a ginormous crane. Never seen a crane that close. Kind of cool. These roads that they made through the field boundaries, kind of nice for going up and looking at their stuff. and getting up close to the grain cart. You guys want to know a feeling that's not super cool? When you get a phone call and they say to stop by the John Deere dealership and pick up some parts. Well, that one right there is not a super cool potato. The second one is once you get to the John Deere dealer, they hand you a nice little box. Okay, that's good. And then they say that the other one is on a pallet. They'll go get the forklift and you're driving a day cab semi. That's not a cool potato, but we made her work. We took it out of the pallet, and I now have my bubble up auger sitting here, praying that we don't send it through the windshield going down this road, gravel road. We'll make it there, one way or another.
Oh, good Monday morning, I guess. We got some rain. It wasn't a lot, but we got some rain. They were calling for like over an inch of rain for us. I think we maybe ended up with 1/10, which is great because it was Sunday, Lord's Day. Should be taking the day off anyway, which we did. Went to church, ate some food, hung out with family, took a nap, worked out, all the stuff and things to get recuperated. But now, it did freeze last night. It actually got a pretty hard frost. There's white on everything. First order of business this morning, all the apartment dwellers in the shop here are complaining that there's no hot water. So this pipe right here, the long one, I'm hoping there's a bird nest in there and I can get that snaked out. I don't know though. The water boiler is not working. They don't have warm water. If I didn't say that, now I did. So Cameron and I are working on that this morning. Thank the Lord though, we only got 10 hundredths range because we should be able to get running tonight yet. Or tonight. Oh, the army of kitties. Do not come in the shop. You're not welcome. No, stay out. You know, I like to tinker with stuff to see if I can get it fixed without having to call like professionals that know how to work on this stuff. Except for sometimes when you do stuff like this and you mess it up, even worse than when you started. So I was told that this pipe may be plugged. In order to unplug it, first go to the boiler and remove it so you don't shove stuff into the boiler. Well, I lifted this up and now it won't come back down. Well, fixing that water heater is above my pay grade and we've been at it for like way too long of time now. So we're gonna head to the field, get trucks unloaded, get combine serviced. We gotta do a bunch of stuff we've kind of been neglecting for a rain day to come. Oh, like 50-hour grease circs and just kind of do a once over on all the machines and all you know the stuff. Oh.
Bumpy.
Cameron and I are going to start out the morning taking the trucks to the elevator, getting them unloaded. I really hope there's no mice in these trucks because we did park them on some CRP grass. So that's not cool. It's only been a day. Hopefully Nibbles didn't find her way in. She might have. Always a good idea to just walk around it, make sure you don't have any tires that don't have any air on the bottom side. Especially when you're loaded, you want air on the top and bottom side of your tires, folks. I actually really like this Wilson trailer we picked up. It's a lot lighter. It's got super singles. And they say that that takes off a lot of weight on the overall trailer. And they also say that if you have issues on your farm like we do of picking up a ton of nails and getting flat tires constantly, for some reason super singles do not do that. So I'm excited for that in this trailer. And also a full aluminum subframe on this thing, which also obviously makes it lighter. And a lighter trailer means I get to haul more grain. That means I get to get bigger loads and give bigger smoke. There's some,
Not quite, but I think
yeah, there's somewhat of a crunch. Over here where the combines are, which is the other side of the lake from the farm, I don't think got any rain. When I look at my phone, it didn't even get a measurable amount over here. So kind of just enough to settle some dust. And it is still relatively early in the morning, but there's a little crunch when you walk. Usually you can tell if it's gonna go just by walking in the field and the sound of it. You farmers that farm, just you know what I'm talking about. You just show up and you walk and you just know if it's gonna go or not. It's not gonna go yet, but we're not far from it.
I think you'll go today.
I think so too. Sadly, I kind of really wanted another day off. We'll probably have just enough time to get all the maintenance done and I'll give her a big smoke. You know, when you see a gravel pit in a field, you know you don't got the best soil. So far, the only downfall I found at this trailer, I don't got a remote. I gotta come out here and manually open my cover. Rough life I live, having to push this button. Looks like there's quite the line at the elevator this morning. They were closed yesterday, so kind of makes sense. Everybody's getting ready to get back in the field, just like we are, I suppose. Really maxing out the leg over there with Cameron. They must like giving a big smoke out here too. That's what I like to see. our ticket. Gotta get everybody smoke back to the field now. Now where do I put this thing? Well, that only took about 2 hours. How does it sound now? I think that sounds like it'd probably actually go. Looks like Brandon, I hope, got everything fueled up here. I'm guessing he did not do anything else like grease, check them over, and change sections and guards and all the stuff. We're gonna get to work on that now. Okay, so all my fellow John Deere owners out there, the S series, the 680s, the 780s, 790s, all of them, when it comes time to grease your 50 hours, you do not have to crawl under this hatch. A little hack here. Grab your grease gun, open up the auger, and you can conveniently go right on the outside, sit down all nicely here, and right there's my grease zerk. I don't have to crawl. Think really skinny thoughts and crawl down that hole to get that grease zerk in there. If you didn't know, now you do. If it's not lined up for you, you just have your feet on the spindle here, you just spin it a little bit. I gotta refresh my memory again on all the 50 hours. Both of those and that one. Yeah, I hate these two shields here because they suck to put back on. They gotta come off. And then once again, I need a screwdriver to take it off, or sometimes I can reach my fingers back here or pull it and it's not wanting to move, so I need a screwdriver.
What's that?
It's a camera, it's you.
Oh.
Not only am I greasing the combines up all the 50 hours and the 10 hours and whatnot, I'm also greasing the grain cart. Whenever I do the 50 hours on the combine, I do the bogey wheels on here. I don't know how often you're supposed to do them, but that's what I do. If you guys want to drop a comment and tell me I'm greasing them too much or too little, you sure can. Because I don't know. As I always say, I just work here. Who's that semi? That's just the other semi, Jibber. I don't know why we clean these things, because after one day they're plugged solid. But I guess it's kind of the same concept as, why do you wipe your butt every time when you're just gonna go to the bathroom again? I don't know, maintenance. Why do they make gouging noises? Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous being in this field, because this field is the field I got stuck in with the sprayer this spring and absolutely buried it to the frame right there. Now, I don't think that's gonna happen, but it could, and if it does with the combine, I don't know how we'd get that unstuck. That would be a nightmare. I'm praying a rosary right now and hoping that does not happen.